Dude, I'm too homeless. I can't even be in here. Also, they have... That's actually like really smart. They have not a hospital, but a large medical corporation or institution inside a mall. So like if you have, you know, yourself like talking about Epstein or something, like think about this in the 1990s, or especially Diddy. Just a reminder that Diddy basically, you know, basically had Tupac hit. So now you know how big Diddy is compared to Epstein. See that? Because like you thought I was just comparing Diddy to Epstein because of like things they did. No, bro, it has to do with race, and like it also has to do with humanity too. So I'm getting out of here, and the reason why is because this place indefinitely, 100%, bro. I've never been to this place in my entire life, ever, and I just want to make sure I get the best like angle of it. Look at that, dude. Look at this. If I could take like a screenshot or a picture of this alone, dude, I would be like, dude, this place I was in a dream. I was in this place in a dream, dude. Okay? Like, what, bro? I'm an autistic person, right? I'm undereducated. But I experienced the world enough to know that you have a city that has way too many young people, bro. It's like Gaza. And, you know, they really, like, actually, you know, traffic people out here and stuff. But there's a medical institution, large medical institution, that especially had Michael Jackson, you know, passing away in there. But there's just medical error. There's just nothing we could do. That was all history. That was just the past. So many excuses, man. Everybody always tries to say, I'm making up excuses not to better my life. What about America's life? Like, what, bro? If you want me to say bro that bad, might as well. Even if, whether or not I am intelligent or not, okay? Especially if you have not only police, right? The police departments and stuff in the county, but an entire security company. It's like, dude, just stop playing with yourself, okay? Like, that's not what I mean, because, you know, Epstein, and like how many parents know about Epstein because they grew up basically on Epstein, going to that island and whatnot. Like, just stop, dude. Just stop. You can't trespass somebody from a 7-Eleven, all 7-Elevens from an entire city, because somebody assaults them. That doesn't make sense. That's like a city that literally detains you for a homeless lady attacking you. Santa Monica. Nothing will ever fix that. Like, what? But you're gonna tell me that this mall is just doing legitimate business at all times? Sure, bro. With like at least 4 to 6 basketballs. Sure, dude. They're walking past or not. Just stop playing with yourself, dude. Like, Diddy literally had Tupac. Hold on. Let's not talk about celebrities. They get too much recognition. Los Angeles County allowed Tupac to be deceased, right? And keep in mind, Tupac has been to a lot of places. I'm in Culver City right now, so he's been to Culver City too. It's actually funny because Culver City tries to say that they're not part of Los Angeles County, but every time they get in trouble, dude, don't they do the same thing that Santa Monica does? They're like, oh, well, we are part of Los Angeles County, But then every time Los Angeles County gets in trouble, they're just like, yeah, we're not part of Los Angeles County, so they're in trouble themselves. So funny, right? Funny how like America and their politics and all those politicians and all these leaders that you think are protecting you act, but in reality, they don't. They don't. And that's why I make videos like this. To the point where they're not only very entertaining, but they're very immersive, dude. Would you want to talk about police corruption in America in front of any police from any state? Would you do that? Would you personally do that? But would you really do that? But would you really do that talking about the Epstein list or the Diddy files or get the Diddy files? But if not that, El Chapo, any of that, like, would you do that, bro? Would you do that for America? I just want to know that. Because let me tell you something. I've never been a veteran, so like I have a lot that actually benefits me. Let me sit down somewhere. Because I want you to understand something very simply. Because now Diddy's starting to get caught up with... Wait, isn't it kind of funny how like they said that Diddy's not... He's innocent of human trafficking. But you're going to tell me that the guy that's innocent of human trafficking, right? Get this. Manages to pay somebody else, okay, to take somebody's life, and the same smart city, right? That's eventually going to become a smart city, but it's not smart to benefit you. Okay? And when technology was rising in the 90s, you're telling me that Los Angeles couldn't figure out who did this to Tupac? What? Bro, like, just because there's security cameras now doesn't mean that there weren't any then. So you're going to tell me that Los Angeles County was basically... I don't even want to sit down anymore, dude. I don't even want to sit down anymore because UCLA Health is in there. The police are right here. I'm talking about Epstein and Diddy. Also, for context, Culver City, it's a prominent area, but it has a large African American to non-black community. So, if I could mention any one race that I want to avoid besides whites and non-whites, you know what I'm going to say. So, also, don't try to tell me nothing because I've told the same family that has abused me that I've been interested in marrying a non-black or African American woman, and like, dude, don't even give me like the camera literally had to like go off. Like, just don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started about that disapproval, okay? Okay, speaking of disapproval, okay? So, now we got Spain, migrants, right? Now, we got America, in the meantime, detaining people for homeless people, attacking them, okay? Just normal, everyday citizens. Because you can't say I'm not normal if I'm homeless. You can't say because I'm homeless I'm not normal. That doesn't make any sense. I don't do anything to anybody. I don't harm anybody. I don't sell drugs. I do not definitely traffic anybody, least of all children. Like, dude, come on now. Come on. Like, the people that are around you that don't want to wake up probably know everything, and they're refusing to wake up because they don't want to fix themselves, dude. They don't want to fix themselves because they know that being nice doesn't cost anything, but you have to share a lot of stuff, man. You have to share the wealth if you're nice, dude. If you're not nice, you basically get to be rich. You ever notice that nobody's like protesting for all these rich people anymore? Have you ever noticed that? Like the Me Too movement, that's kind of scary considering that, like, you know, Sean J. Combs, like, you know, was trafficking all these people and they don't find him guilty. Bro, what? We have Donald Trump as a president, and you're telling me that the Mexicans are just gonna sit back and be like, ooh, man, these Americans and these African Americans, these literal Americans and African Americans, hey, they're dude, they're getting away with it even if they could get caught up. We're just gonna watch the show. We're gonna watch the fireworks. El Chapo, he's in jail, but you don't know how he's living in there, dude. Freaking the government is paying like white workers to what do you call it? Renovate El Chapo's cell. They're just like cleaning up like all parts of his cell, like his walls, his like floor. They're freaking putting oh my gosh, they're training El Chapo's cell like a home improvement a home improvement project. I can imagine that. Yeah, I could see Donald Trump doing this. Like if there is at any point, or if there's any possibility that Donald Trump actually does go to jail, it gets put in trial and everything, like just the files from his trial, they never even released the Epstein files. Like nobody even wants to release them, but like that would just be ironic if, as they're doing Donald Trump's trial, if it ever happens, they just discover that I don't know, white workers and Israeli workers were just like renovating El Chapo's what's we call it, his cell. Yeah, I can see that, dude. I could 100% see that every day, dude. So yeah, dude, like I just wanted to make this quick video because when I had went into that mall, like I was so like phased. I was so phased basically that I was unfazed. I was like, whoa, this place was in my dream. But then in the back of my mind, dude, it's so funny that Waymo's passing by. But then in the back of my mind, like it's just like computing, like, oh, because like, you know, dream manipulation technology. And then if people want to immediately try to call the police or try to call mental health care services, and they want to try to undo the influence, right? And keep in mind, this is plus the people that have been participating and have been committing these crimes against not only the American people, but the world too, right? And when I mean these people, don't try to think of like, oh, who are the only people that run the world? You got to be more broader than that. You got to think of like the police. You got to think of, you know, the presidents, and then you have like these charities, and then you got these like hospitals. Oh, then you got these car companies, you know, because this guy doesn't want to stop. But just letting you know that I could walk in front of his car and it's supposed to detect me and not run me over, but you've already saw all those accidents with those cars, plus also that, you know, truck that explodes, and you know, people just don't think anything of it. Oh yeah, a war veteran. Oh yeah, people that really have a person that really, and a people that really have to go on the ground and fight for a country, fight for their own cause. Oh, but you know, that bigger guy upstairs, or maybe that bigger sidekick upstairs. Oh, his electric truck just you know, goes up in flames. Sure. A that Cybertruck explosion. What do you think, Waymo? Should I just blame autism? I should just say that, huh? Might as well. I got attacked by a homeless person in Los Angeles County, and all these you know, departments, these police departments and all these counties, they all basically work for Los Angeles County too. So why not just make up a lie? Let's just make up a slander. And in fact, I'll disposition myself by lying at my own admission and at my own liability. What do you think? You think we should do it, Waymo? We should, huh? Okay, because Waymo's living, obviously. Eventually technology is gonna be able to have sentience. Didn't we literally evolve from apes? So were we literally like worse than AI? I don't know. That's just me though. Or like, that's just what I know. Plants are living too, obviously. And also, I really know how to act, dude. Like, beyond just behaving. Like, I know in some facet how to, you know, work within entertainment media. Because I guess that was my entire job, really, growing up too. Is to just entertain people and just make people feel good. Meanwhile, I don't get any rights, and I don't get to feel good. And also, if I get to feel good and even better than anybody else, I get punished for it. And also, is that dude, I've just been rambling so much, but also making a really concrete video. And also, if I grew up and besides me feeling better than anybody else and me being punished for it, like, dude, I get why trauma doesn't allow you to you know, progress in life, because, you know, anybody that knows their parents, especially that has to flee an entire country, but they come to America and then suddenly everything fixes. But you worked for Epstein since 2002, so what? 2002, like, Epstein was convicted and even like sent to be interviewed and you know, interrogated. And I think at the end of the day, you're gonna soon realize how much technology we had capable. And even for people that are bigger idiots than either you watching this video or me, they were going to be able to have access to that technology. Because obviously, if criminals are going to have access to our military, like the cartel, and they still have access to the military, to our U.S. military, Mexico still has access to the United States military. And all Donald Trump is doing is just trying to put on a strong face and be like, yeah, we're not being criminals and doing, like, no, you are being criminals to your American people, because you not only didn't release the Epstein list, but you didn't release any files relating to you know, any aliens or UFOs. Did you ever notice that? You didn't notice that, but it's okay. God bless America, I guess.